Today I'm sharing a writing session with you. I recently used my Tracker Mini to make some Bossa Nova influenced hip hop and I had a blast. The track is not necessarily known as an MPC style hip hop machine and it's a niche workflow I feel, but it can spit out whatever you want really because it's all just samples and it's super fun. I'm hoping to do more of these videos using different machines while exploring different genres, so I'd love your feedback below on this first attempt of mine. Anyway, let's just jump into it. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we have our new project here, and we're gonna get started. I like to start with the drums, so let's go to song and set the tempo first. I'm gonna start and see. I'm gonna do. Let's do like 95, and then I've got a folder here with a bunch of samples that I think might work for this song. So go to sample loader. Navigate to samples. That's the beat. Let's load that bad boy in there. Okay, so we have our first instrument, which is our drums. And in this thing, like an instrument is just a sample, really. Could be a loop, could be a one shot. That's all just called instruments. Let's time stretch it first. So for that, we go to sample editor. We go to time stretch beat. Select effect. Let's do these settings. It's going to stretch to 95. I'm going to do it over 32 steps. Look, it's a bit wonky, but that's fine. It degrades a little bit, but I can live with what it's done there. To actually commit it, we just say apply, and then it applied that time stretching. So now, let's just enter the note. So if we play this now, it's not the most insane drum break. I know that. I want to keep things simple. I'm just going to chop this little loop into 4 slices, I think. So to do that, we just hold shift. It's already on 4 slices and I can just say equal slice. It's going to ask me if I want to do that. I'm like, yep. And there are our 4 slices. So the easiest is just going to be to sequence this loop, even if it's the same note. And then we can change the chops, I think. Just mess around a little bit, make it a little bit our own at least. So let's do this a double as well. Okay, cool. So let's just, one thing I love about this thing is the overdrive. Oof, see how nice it makes that kick sound. Yeah, I don't want to completely go too crazy, but that sounds quite nice. So cool, we have a beat now. Next thing, we want to get our chords going. So we're going to go back to the sample loader. I'm going to look for I got like these acoustic guitars that I want to use. I believe these guitars are in the key I want them, but we'll need to time stretch them to fit because I think it's a bit, actually let's sequence it. So at the moment they're just one shots, so that means we have to go to C5. Let's hear, I want the first bit. Yep. They're not in time, so let's just time stretch it quickly. That should be in time now, hopefully. Yes, sir. Okay, so we gotta do the second bit. Gonna sequence that, go to the instrument 3. So we're gonna go to the other sample. But that one's still going to be out, so we need to do the same thing on that one. Okay, so the time stretching's complete. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, it seems to be in time. I think we're just gonna have to actually make this pattern longer. I'm gonna double it again to max 128. Then I want to double these boys. That should, technically, I think it should be looping nice now. Okay, so let's see if we can knock out a bass line here. I am going to not worry about the notes now and just kind of plug in where I want notes to play. I think that's going to be the easiest. Sweet one note bass. Okay, so now we have the notes plugged in. Now let's just actually try and figure out the root notes of what this, or kind of like root notes, I guess. That'll complement the guitar. So I'm gonna have to do it by ear, I think. So let's try that. Nice. Okay. You know what? I think like we can just add this to every full note and it'll probably be fine. So we'll put the volume on 40 on those. I think that one's fine. If you're finding this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe, as I'm trying to build the channel into something more significant. I have a whole bunch of other sampler videos in the works, so I hope to see you around. You know what? I actually want to do some percussion, because it's just lacking a little bit of the Bossa Nova vibe, I think. Let's get this tambourine in here. Let's apply it in here. Awesome. On track 5, sample loader. I think that guitar thing maybe in the beginning. Let's try that. It would definitely work. I just need to tune it. We're gonna have to adjust these. So that's a bit aggressive. Like shredding right off the bat. None of this is finished. We're just kind of sketching something out here. So let's listen to the whole thing. Okay, let's go to track 6 and we get another melody or something going. Yeah, I think we need some congas or something in here. Oh, if I combine the two, maybe that kind of works. I don't hate it. They're obviously not the same sample, but you can't hear it. And this is essentially a collage. So, okay, let's time stretch these guys quickly. Let's see. Another lead, I guess. We're running out of tracks. We have 2 tracks left. Let's see if we can make a flute melody. So I'm not super stoked with that guitar. Oh, okay, right. That's already in G. That's why it's sounding pretty nice already. But I want to do the same. I don't want to just put this in there. We'll make our own little lead or melody. Oh, it's so frustrating having to jump between the two the whole time. Because you got to do slice, select the slice, then jump to adjust, and then go back. It's like, it's fine. I guess if you do this like all the time, you'll get into it. I just struggle because I don't struggle. I think I'm in like a little bit. I just don't want to do it like this. I want to do it how I want to do it. And I don't know if you noticed, but that's not how the world works. Okay, so we have 5 slices. Let's see if we can make like our own little lead out of this. Cool. So, actually, let's just do some vocals. That might be fun. Oh, yeah, I think this might be cool. Again, let's just plug them and see. Okay, so let's see if we can push this back a little bit. Because, I mean, you can drop the volume, but kind of, we need to change the perspective a little bit. I mean, I've been doing it so long, but I still need to, like, think about high pass and low pass. So we want to kill some highs, so we're going to do low pass. Oh, man. Okay, let's play it and then just see what it is. That's better. Now we have our main loop more or less done. So what we're gonna do now is just do like a quick arrangement, make like a little song out of this beat or this main loop, and we're gonna do that in a section on this device called Song Mode, which is this one. It's like, I mean, it's basically like Ableton Clips view. What's it called? Session view. Okay, so this is our little sketch. It's not obviously finished, but it's a rough arrangement. Gives me an idea of what I can do to finish it off. I will basically export the stems of this and then just mix it in Ableton, do some final editing or whatever, like cleaning up things, fixing timing. And I was lazy because I knew I was going to finish the final mix on the computer. But I mean, if you just want to stick to this little tracker, like, you can absolutely mix on it. It's going to be very basic, and it's not going to be, you definitely won't have the options you have in a computer, but it's going to have its own little character. It's such a rad little device. But anyway, let's have a listen and then enjoy. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. But yeah, thanks for hanging out.